Hey y'all, it's Diana. How are you doing? It's been a while since I've done a video. I just kind of wanted to talk about a couple of things, and I know there are going to be people that are going to get mad at me for what I have to say, but I think it's time we have a clear talk about what's going on right now in real estate. So we're going to start out with you're selling a home, and you bought it a couple years ago when the market was higher. And you know it's time to sell that home now because you're moving or whatever life brings. There's always something that happens that feels like you need to go ahead and move. And you have it in your mind that I need to get this much out of this house, or I'm not selling. I'm just not doing it. I have to get this out of it. Well, and then your agent tells you, well, look, this is what the comps show, and you know you need to be willing to come down, and they'll go through everything with you, and they'll tell you, and they're transparent with you. And you are adamant about this is what I'm going to do. So we work for you. You know, some agents, some will not. It all depends. We work for you, and we'll say, okay, if that's what you want, that's what we're going to go ahead and list it for. So you get a buyer that comes along, and they're willing to pay that price because they're really wanting something in that particular area, and that's all that's there. Great. You're under contract. So now comes the appraisal. Guess what? The appraiser is pulling the comps that are right there around the property, that are recent comps. They're making adjustments for what the market is now to what the market was then. When you know, they only go back so far. So they're pulling comps, and it doesn't appraise. Well, you get mad going, oh, well, why not? I paid X amount for it. Well, you bought in a different market. You are not in the same place that you are now. So you can list a house for as much as you want to list it for. A buyer can go ahead and put an offer in for it. If they do not have the extra funds to pay that appraisal gap, the amount that what the appraiser says and what's the contract price, you're going to lose that deal. It's going to fall through if you don't come down in price. A lender is only going to loan what the home appraises for, okay? So as much as you need to get what you need out of that house, that's not always the case. That's not what's always going to happen, especially now when we're in a shifting market. Homes are still selling. People are still buying. But you need to list at what the comps, what today's market in your given area say that it's worth. Now, I know everybody doesn't want to hear that. People want to be able to dictate what they sell their house for. Well, you can. You just won't sell it. It's going to sit. So you need to decide, do you want to list it at market value, even maybe just a little bit lower to get more interest, or do you want it to sit on the market for 6 more months and then get really pissed off, and then you got to sit there and keep lowering the price? And if people think there's something wrong with the house because it's been sitting for 6 months and you keep lowering it, and then you get a lowball offer on, guess what you should have listed it to begin with. So listen to your realtors. Look at the comps. Know that you're in a different market now. Everybody wants to make $100,000 on the sale of their house. You know what? That's not the case. You know, if you can break even, then that's a win. So that's my 2 cents for the day. I know I have made a lot of people mad, but that happens. And if you want some more straight up transparent information, give me a call, 912-308-7408. We'll see you soon.